Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video, but hopefully you're going to find it really interesting and it's going to answer some of the questions that you guys have had for me over the past year. So before we get started, the basic idea of this is that I started this YouTube channel about a year ago in lockdown, okay? Something to do, wanted to work on my cars, and I thought I might as well film it, and hopefully it helps some people with Audis, with Polos, and since then there's been an up GTI and a few other things as well. So the basics are, it's been a year since I started the channel and I wanted to go back to the start, see how far we've come, and then answer a few of your guys' questions in regards to sort of prices of things and stuff like that, where I got things, and yeah, all the common questions really. So there we go. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was basically just a little bit of behind the scenes and what to expect if you wanted to start your own YouTube channel on your own car. So this is a video that I'm currently filming. I'm putting an Ibax Sportline kit onto my A3 and it hasn't gone to plan. I've come to do it, a lot of the bolts are seriously seized, I can't get them off, I haven't got some of the right tools, but it just gives you a bit of an idea about what goes into these videos. They do not all happen first time. Anybody that's got a channel will tell you that. It is just problem after problem, and it's even worse that you're trying to film it and you know, make a video out of it. So yeah, just be aware when you are sitting there watching the 12-minute video and everything's hunky-dory and it all works first time, it is not the case at all. It takes a lot of time, effort and money to make these videos, and yeah, this is a classic example of where it's all gone wrong. So we'll come back to this job another day. So for now, I'm going to put the wheel back on, put it back down on the ground, go park it over there near the Polo, and we'll get straight into things. I feel like I'm at an interview. Right, so before we get onto the car stuff, I just wanted to cover a few of the questions that people ask me about YouTube in general, in terms of, you know, how much it costs me, how much I get back from it, where I get the money from to do what I do, and yeah, basically how long it takes. Okay, so we'll start from the beginning. People always ask me, why did you start a YouTube channel? And the honest answer is I've got no idea. It was lockdown, and I suppose the main reason was I really wanted to crack on with my cars, but I didn't particularly have the determination to do it, if that makes sense. Left to my own devices, I'll have done it very slowly, but there is no way that that Polo would be as good as it is now if it wasn't for starting a YouTube channel. So that is probably my first reason for really enjoying doing what I do on this channel. So most people want to know how I get the money to do what I do with the YouTube channel. You know, some of the parts aren't that expensive, but people are well aware that some of the parts are quite expensive, okay? And to be honest, it just comes from saving and working a little bit extra. So my standard week and what I do usually is I've got a Tuesday off and I've got a Sunday off. They're my 2 days off. Okay, that's all about to change because I'm about to start a new job, but for now, Tuesday and Sunday. On Monday, I work my normal full-time job. I work 8 till 5, and then I do overtime from 5 till 10. Okay, so that's me Monday. On a Tuesday, I will then come and record whatever this week's video is. I'll go home and I'll try and edit it the best I can on Tuesday night, because on Wednesday, I'm back again on an 8 AM till 10 PM. Sometimes half 10, sometimes 11, okay? So Monday and Wednesday pretty much are off the cards. The video will then go out on the Thursday, 6 o'clock usually is when the video goes out. The Friday night I will usually chill out. The Saturday night I will usually chill out, and then the Sunday I will either do something with Lauren, or again it will be spent recording or editing a video. So that's my week in a nutshell. So money. Where do I get the money to do this stuff from? YouTube is not cheap, okay? In order for me to keep pumping out of these videos, I need to constantly be buying stuff to make the content with, if that makes sense. There is some videos like this one that won't cost me anything, but a lot of the videos when we're replacing bumpers, when we're doing suspension, stuff like that, it all costs money. So the money comes from the overtime on Mondays and Wednesdays. Effectively, I feel like if I'm working a little bit harder, it's more money to spend on my cars. But like I said, that is all about to change. Another question I get quite a lot is, how can you be bothered? I don't know how to answer this one, to be quite honest. I suppose if you enjoy something, you're gonna do it anyway. So that's how I can be bothered. You know, I love messing about with cars, I love filming it, and then I love taking the cars to shows and meeting people that have watched the videos. That really is that is pretty exciting. When you meet somebody and they already know all about your car, they've watched all your videos and stuff like that, it's like you already know them. It's weird, but yeah, it sort of makes it all worth it. So another thing that I get asked all the time is people that want to start their own YouTube channels, what to do, you know, how to be sort of confident on camera, stuff like that. People always say to me, oh, I wish I could start my own channel, but you know, I don't like being recorded, or I don't like the way that I sound on camera. And to be totally honest, you've just got to get over it. The first video is going to be the absolute worst, and I'm going to put some clips of that in to this video to compare how far the cars have come in the last year, but also to see how far I have come in the last year. So my first video took absolutely ages to sort of just like get the courage up for, and it got to the point where I was just like, right, if I don't do it today, I'm not going to do it. I set the cars up exactly how you're going to see them in a minute, and yeah, I just stood there looking at the camera and said, this is my Polo and this is my Audi and I don't know what I'm doing. And so, welcome to the channel. I know what you're thinking, another YouTube channel about cars, but what makes this one different is I've got this. Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was getting the scary part over with. It was getting that first video out. It was, you know, uploading something to YouTube for people to watch, and it completely snowballed from there. In the last 52 weeks, I think I've missed 1 week, but some weeks I've put 2 episodes up, so there's been at least 1 video a week, which goes back to how hectic my weeks are, trying to make this content for you guys. So yeah, if you are willing to subscribe, join the other, I don't know, 2,500 people that I have so far, and it does, you know, mean a lot and make it sort of worth it. So yeah, if you want to start a YouTube channel, just go for it. Stand in front of the camera. You don't even have to upload it. Make a video and then just watch it back and decide if you like it or if you could do something better. But once you've recorded it and made a video, nobody's making you upload it. Just make one, see what you think, and if it's decent, upload it. I'm by no means a professional, I just mess about my cars, talk to the camera, and yeah, that's it. Click upload, that's the scariest part. So just get on with it. So, the channel is going to be about all sorts of cars, really. So, like I said, I am going to go park up the Audi next to the Polo, just like I did in my first video, and then we're going to talk about how far the cars have come, as well as the channel. Let's go. And there we go, that is the cars set up exactly like they were in my first video, and I think you will agree they look a lot different. So what I'm going to do is run through everything that I said I was going to do and everything that I have done, and we'll compare the two and see how far both of these cars have come. Okay, so we are going to start with my favourite car in the world, the Polo, because this was the first car to sort of come on the channel. This is the first car that I'd done anything with. I had no experience with taking cars to bits, working on them, anything like that, and yeah, took this car pretty much standard and did a little winter restoration on it, and that was how this channel started. So I'm going to go through a few things that I know that I said on my first video and compare them and stuff like that. So we're going to start on the front. I know for a fact I said that I was going to get some new bumpers. I know that I wanted some new wheels. The wheels that are on it now, obviously I'm not a huge fan of the colour, so we're going to get some more sort of period wheels, maybe some BBSs or something like that. I know that I wanted new suspension. I know that I needed to change the doors, find little bits of trim like this. And yeah, it's all pretty much done. So I'm going to run you through from the front. Obviously, we've tinted the lights. We did have to get a new headlight. It's about 20 quid or something like that. So we've changed the headlight. We have got a new grille, and we've painted the badge black again. We've got a new bumper, and we've got, if you can see down there, a nice little splitter to go with the eyebrow. So a lot of people asked how much that eyebrow cost. It was about 150 quid ish, I can't really remember, and then obviously I had to get it shipped over from Ireland and import tax and all that sort of stuff, and then it cost about, I got a load of paint mixed up and it was about 70 quid, but to be honest there's some spare and I've done some other bits with it as well, so that's sort of how much one of these little eyebrows costs. So that's the front end. Obviously the wheels, a lot of people wanted to know how much the wheels cost. I believe buying and refurbing the wheels was close to about 500 quid, and then obviously we've got a set of Yokohama A539s on top of that, so that gives you a rough guess of how much these BBS cost me. So a lot of people do think they're off a G40. They are actually off a Mark 1 Golf, so they're 13 by 6 wide as opposed to 5.5, and they've also got sort of a curved dish, if you can see. Wow, they are dirty. They've got like a curved dish as well to them. You can't really see, but the G40 ones here are like flat. It's got like a flat face, and the spokes also have like I don't know, the spokes for some reason don't go all the way up to the rim. They're a bit weird. They are a bit different. I prefer these ones, obviously that's why I've got them. But yeah, that's the BBSs, and of course they obviously are genuine. So while we're here, obviously noticeably you can see that the car is lowered quite a bit. Now this is another talking point about money. It is on gas coilovers, and I know a lot of people want to know how much gas coilovers cost. So they did me a little bit of a deal, but for gas coilovers for a Polo, you're looking at about £1,000. Okay, it's about 800 to 850 quid for the coilovers themselves, and then you need new bearings and new hubs to put them back on. But that is for 2 fronts, 2 rears. They are height adjustable, which means that you can raise and lower the car. Obviously this one is fairly low, but you could have it fairly high as well if you wanted to. So height adjustable, but more importantly damping adjustable. Now I've really been playing with the damping recently, and yeah, put it all to the softest it can go. Drove down to Santa Pod and it was actually not too bad. So yeah, really recommend the gas shocks like I've got on this car if you are thinking about them. I know it's a lot of money, but see if you can get a bit of overtime in and it will be worth it, trust me. So that's the suspension. Obviously the doors, we won't go into the doors. This car has had 3 pairs of doors on it now. So the originals, then another set of blue ones, and then this set of blue ones, and none of them have matched so far. You can just see the colour match a bit off, which frustrates the life out of me, but it is what it is. I'll keep my eye out. If not, I'll get them painted. Another thing you will notice is the Climair wind deflectors. Again, people ask me where I got these from and how much they cost. They're about 70 quid, and I got them directly from Climair in Germany. They're like the light smoke one with the little blue detail in there, which fits with the car quite nicely. But yeah, they're 70 quid. You can get them from Climair direct. And soon I'm also going to get the little sunroof deflector to match, just so it ties it in nicely. Not much has changed on the back, to be honest. We've got obviously the third brake light. I put in a Hella third brake light up here. That's quite a nice little thing. And the roof channels that I eventually found. I know that I've mentioned those on the first video that I needed some of those. But apart from that, the back end hasn't really changed much. Respread the badges, new bumper, and that is about it. So inside has not changed much. I've got a leather Mark 2 Golf steering wheel. I can't remember how much that costs. And I've got the Scirocco seats. I know that in the first video I pointed out that you could get some of these that match the original Genesis rear seats, and here they are a year down the line, and I've got a set which I'm over the moon with. They're so hard to find, especially in condition like this. That's obviously the driver's bolster, which is not bad at all. So yeah, they're new. They were a couple of £100. but it's one of these where it's just finding them is the problem. And then the steering wheel is off a Mk2 Golf GTI. I will be looking at some point for a little Momo, maybe a 300mm, something like that. And then it's just bits of trim like this I've replaced. Again, just pick it up where you can. At some point I have got a full dash to go in here because my dash is a little bit scratched. Don't know if you can see, just there, it is a little bit scratched, so I have got a full new dashboard to go into there just to make it a little bit nicer. And speaking of a little bit nicer, I also got these black decals that sort of make it look like a GT or a G40, whichever come with them. But when you close the door, it just looks quite nice. Just turns that whole area black rather than having the blue stripe. So yeah, there's the Polo. Now I have still got quite a lot to do to the Polo. Like I said, I do want to get the doors resprayed, so hopefully in another year's time when we come back to this video again, the doors will be resprayed or the car will be resprayed and it'll all be matching the same colour. I do really fancy a new set of wheels for this car, but I can't find any that I like more than the BBS RAs in the 13x6. I'd love a set of 14s, but usually they're in the other style like the G40 ones are, so we shall see. But pretty much this car is, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the suspension, I'm happy with the wheels, although I would like to change them. So it is just a case of tidying it up. I've obviously done all the hard work already, so now I can do the fun bits, but yeah, I have, to be honest, hit a little bit of a dead end. Like I said, steering wheel, bit of paint and stuff like that, but we'll see how it goes. The only things that I do really want to do to this car are swap the engine. Even though this engine is bulletproof, it's never let me down, it runs sweet as a nut. I've never done an engine swap before, so I am really keen to learn and do sort of my first engine swap on this Polo. Hopefully give it a bit more power. Okay, so enough about the Polo, let's talk about the Audi. Now, this car, to be honest, has made this channel what it is today. It wasn't really planned to be on the channel because it was just a boring diesel car, but all the videos that have gone down the best have been on this car, so we'll spend a couple of minutes just talking about what we've done. Again, starting at the front end, the only thing really that's changed is this grille. We've done the RS grille and then also sort of a shortened plate. I bought a 6-digit plate because I really like the way that they look sort of short on these RS grills. So yeah, that is pretty much the front end. I do still want to get a little splitter for the bottom. A lot of people tell me to get an S3 bumper, but to be honest, they're just so much money to say that they're just not really that different to this one. So that's that. Obviously we've done the wheels on this car. These were sort of a gunmetal grey. If you go watch the previous videos, we got them refurbished in like a real bright silver, which was part of the plan to go with these mirrors. But yeah, so refurbished in sort of like an OEM silver and then with Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on there as well. So obviously we've got the S3 mirrors and also the dynamic indicators, so when I sort of lock and unlock the car or indicate, you see it sort of flashes along. Again, there is videos on everything that I'm talking about in this video. There has been previous videos of fitting it or something to do with it, so go check it out if you like the sound of anything. So yeah, S3 mirrors and the indicators. Again, Climber wind deflectors. I'm not really a fan of these, to be quite honest, but on these cars, if you do keep it clean or polished, if you ever have your window open, the shape of it, for some reason the water just comes in and straight in your window. So I put these on so I can have my window open and not get wet. At the back, all I've done, actually saying that, I've done quite a lot at the back. I was going to say all I've done. So at the back we have got the D wiper from Kill All Wipers. We've also got the D badge, so I took both the badges off, just left the Audi one in silver. That cleaned it up nicely to go with the D wiper. Obviously the plate. And then we've also got an S3 bumper on the rear. So the S3 bumper again didn't go completely to plan. I had to change over all the parking sensors, so go watch that video if you want a laugh or you need help doing it yourself. But yeah, this really made a big difference to the rear of the car. It looks way better with this diffuser. And then we also got an exhaust sort of custom made to match. So yeah, that made the back look quite nice, to be honest. The bumper definitely made it. Of course, this car, just like the Polo, has had a couple of panels. It's had this wing replaced. That was really rusty when I first got the car. And then this door has been replaced as well. Again, I ended up with a couple of doors, just like the Polo, because I broke the first one. But that door was keyed when I got it, and yeah, now it is pretty good again. So that's the Audi from the exterior. So in terms of what we've done inside, we've obviously got the nice little Alcantara wrap on those. We wrapped all that because these had all gone purple, so I thought that was the nicest way to sort of smarten it up on the inside. This has been replaced because that cracked like they all do. This steering wheel is completely factory, so that is the steering wheel that the car came with. And then the only other things that I've changed in here are the gear knob to an S3 one and the gear stick to one out of an Audi A1. So yeah, I was really happy with that. I think that smartens it up loads. Obviously we've got the Alcantara wrap in there as well. Things I want to do in here, I do want to get a new head unit, something that's got CarPlay and stuff like that. Oh, we changed the bulbs as well, so it has got LEDs all over in here as well. Everything's LED. That really makes the car look a lot more modern in the night. But yeah, little CarPlay radio, and to be honest, in here, again, I think we're about done. Oh, new floor mats. Got some new mats in there. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I suppose the last thing to cover is, where is this channel going? What am I going to do? What's going to happen with the cars? Is there anything new coming along? And yeah, just answer a few of those really. So what's coming in the future? Well, in terms of these two cars, I do feel like I've hit a bit of a brick wall in terms of how much more I can do to them. The Polo obviously has had a lot done to it. Like I said, I'd love to get an engine swap going, but I don't know when time and money are going to allow that to happen. But overall, this car is definitely not going anywhere. It's my favourite car, it's my first car, it's here to stay, okay? The parts may change, but the car is staying. So, that's the Polo. If you have got any ideas on what to do to the Polo, or if you've got an engine for sale, let me know, okay? The Audi, I've got no idea what to do with this. Again, I've hit a little bit of a brick wall. I've got some stuff coming. I've got S3 side skirts to go on. I've got the iBack Sportline kit to put on at some point, and a few other little things like sorting auto lights out. It hasn't got auto lights at the minute, so I will be putting that in. But yeah, again, if you've got any ideas on what to do to this car, the disadvantage I've got with this car is that it is just my get to work car. I don't really want to remap it. I don't really want to, you know, DPF delete it and stuff like people keep telling me to do. I just need it to get me to work and back, and it's not a bad car to go to work in. It's quite nice. It looks half decent, to say that it's not the most expensive car in the world. So yeah, again, if you've got any ideas on what to do to this car, please drop them in the comments below. If I can't really think of anything, I don't know. I'll either run this car into the ground or sell it on. But the problem is, I don't know what I would get if I sold it. Who knows? So the other question that I get asked a lot is, what about some new cars? Okay, I have put polls on my Instagram and stuff like that saying, what do people want to see on the channel? And yeah, you get quite a lot of the same responses, which is good for me, because I have told you in previous videos that there is another car. I've got a new car, and the honest answer is, I don't know why it's not been on the channel yet. It's just been sat there. I've literally bought it, and it's just been sat there for, I don't know, months and months and months. And I suppose I'm just sort of looking for the right time to introduce it. It needs a bit of work doing on it, and the sort of car it is, it's going to cost me a lot more than these two. So again, it's sort of the right time and when money allows. But there is stuff in the pipeline. You know, it's not one of these where I'm just saying that I'm going to get a new car. I've got it. You know, it's literally, I've got it. I've got the logbook. It's my car. You guys just haven't seen it yet, and I'm sorry for that, but that's the way it is. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's given you a bit of an insight into sort of what, you know, a normal week is for somebody with a YouTube channel, or a normal week for me, or just hopefully it's helped you a little bit. Hopefully it's made some of you think about starting your own channels and giving you a little bit of a confidence boost to do that. And yeah, some of the costs associated with doing this sort of stuff to cars. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to click subscribe, like the video, it all goes a long way. And yeah, if you have got any ideas for modifications or anything to do with these two cars, or if you've got any ideas for sort of like, I fancy doing sort of like a budget project, like a budget daily project, which means that the A3 would go and I'd get sort of a budget daily to do in the meantime. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.